So we have come a long way, you know, 365 days, 1 year, and it has been a long journey, so long, and I'm just so thankful that I have so many people. I'm so thankful that I have so many people that have supported me throughout this entire journey. There have been times where I just want to give it up and I ask myself, why did I decide to do 365 days, 1 year? I didn't think it was going to be this hard, or I just didn't even think it through when I first challenged myself, 10 days, month. Some people even thought that's what I had said originally. 1 week, 5 days would have been sufficient. 'Cause I've done things like that. Like on my blog, I do like uh, Black History Month, you know, things like that. But I've never done something so extensive and about such a personal issue, such a personal issue to me and to so many people around me. But despite it all, I'm happy that I did it, and believe it or not, I've learned so much about this issue of rape and sexual violence. I mean, it is one thing to experience it, but I never knew there were so many facets, so many like areas to explore psychologically, emotionally, physically, and it just has taught me also how to speak about this, how to approach this issue with people who just don't even get it, and also how to approach it with people who've been through it and who are working through you know their issues because of it, or who are just now beginning to come to terms with everything. And today, I decided not to pre-record this message because I wanted to be on the day, December 10th, you know, and then speak about just and then conclude. And I'm so happy I did that because not only um, did I get so many messages because of the last, uh, not the last video blog, well, the last video blog that I did, which was recounting me coming full circle. I posted that 2 days ago, and it has almost 500 views, and you know you would think after blogging for 1 year that the posts that I make, the views would start dwindling, and of course there was up and down in terms of views, but you think that people have gotten so like, so used to me posting every day that they don't even pay attention anymore. But I know now that people are paying attention, like people who had never thought they were paying attention, and this has really encouraged me. And not only that, this evening I got a message from Fatu Wuri. I'm pulling it up on my computer over here, and this is someone who I met when I was in Sierra Leone. Like, I've seen her online and everything. I've read some of her work, and she's an excellent writer. You all should definitely check it out. But I am sharing an excerpt of her article, and the link to the article under this video blog. You all need to check it out. When I was thinking about what am I gonna say to conclude this, everything in this article is basically what I wanted to say. And I just wanted to read some of it. And I've tried so many times to explain to people what I do, and I did this thing, and why I try to focus on certain facets of my experience and not others. And just the opening paragraph, you know, it's just it's amazing. So here it goes. I want to tell you about the day it happened and about the next day, about how I felt, and the days after that when fragments of that day would spill in unexpected spaces and places, and the months after that when I discovered all the creative ways to not deal with or address that day, and the year after that when I would spill some more onto strangers and other friends who'd calmly as they could possibly configure, politely ask, "Why did you go that night?" I want to tell you about how I'd fold into 1,000 more pieces because my answer was so simple, obvious in its simplicity. I liked him. I trusted him. I want to tell you about what my body did and the way it broke, bent, contouring itself into surprise shapes and sizes, repairing itself as our bodies often do, only for the progress to be halted by memories that would not repair as quickly. Maybe if I tell you about bleeding, feeling decapitated, being frozen, and shaken all in a single moment or in a series of moments, and maybe if I tell you about being unrecognizable to yourself and the feeling of departing from your very own body as you welcome shame to lay rest on your skin, in the crevices of your mind and heart, then 35% would mean more than a statistic to you. 35%. That's the proportion of women globally that have experienced that kind of pain, either due to physical and or sexual intimate partner violence or non-partner sexual violence. Millions of young girls and women either process or don't process this pain. They either talk about the plethora of ways it defines, shapes, and influences who they choose to become or not become. When they don't talk, their silence screams, and 35% just remains an unfriendly statistic to you. I mean, that is the opening paragraph. If that does not get you to continue reading, I don't know what will. And as I kept reading this article, it touched on so many things. It touched on the reason why I even started, even had the idea about starting this blog challenge. I remember being on Let We Talk, which is a Facebook group, and seeing the discussions flowing about this rape case against the Deputy Minister of Education in Sierra Leone. Um, and the conversation that was happening, the articles that were being posted, and I was just so shocked about how they were talking about the victim, like tearing her apart on the media. It was just insane. And I mean, I waited months after that before I started the blog, but it was still so much in my head. Like I felt so propelled. I'm a very private person. Trust me. Like anyone who knows me will tell you I'm very quiet when you meet me. And so to come out publicly about this and speak about it, and not just speak about it one time, but to continuously speak about it, has not been easy for me. And it hasn't been easy for all the people who have shared their stories on my blog. And I just want to thank those women who both, whether anonymous or whether they put their name on these stories. Thank you, thank you. You guys continue to be strong, continue to be voices, and I really appreciate your contribution to this challenge. Um, you don't know the lives that you're touching. I'm sure some of you already know, but it means so much to people. To others that have sent in their support. I mean, throughout this whole last few weeks, um, I've been doing video blog, and I have had people like my best friends sending video blogs talking about this issue, giving me that support to say, this is a great idea, keep on going. And I want to thank them as well, because I know it's not easy getting in front of the camera. Some of these people, this is the first time they've done something like this. So, again, I just want to say thank you, and thank you to everyone who has followed, liked, shared, the blog post that I've been doing. Um, that also counts, because some people, they're not ready to tell their story, or they're not ready to have a conversation about this, but they've, either liked, which if you like something, your friends see that you like something, they get curious and they get to see these posts. So I want to thank those people as well, and those that share the articles, that share the blog posts, you know, and to those people that, most of the articles that I shared were sent to me in private messages and emails, you know. So I want to thank those people also that continuously sent me articles. There were days where, I couldn't do a blog post myself, because it's, you don't know how tiring it is to talk about this issue from a personal standpoint. So those articles that I shared were just such an easy way for me to still talk about rape, but like, share articles, and so it saved me in days where I could not for the life of me either come up with anything or just post, write up a post. So I would just schedule those articles, and it helped a lot. So thank you. Um, and again, thank you to everyone who messaged me. Uh, I've gotten a lot of messages, even most recently, from people to say, wow, like, this has been really amazing. I got an audio messages, WhatsApp messages, video messages, phone calls, and I really appreciate all of that. Even though I'm ending this challenge, 365 days, 1 year, about blogging about rape and sexual abuse, I really do hope this conversation continues. Please do not hesitate to keep sending me your stories. Like, I will gladly post them, or videos. I just won't, make it like the central point of my blog posts, like I have done, like posting it every day. But it is something that's so close to my heart that I won't stop talking about it. Occasionally I will do a blog post about it, and I want this conversation to continue. I was just telling not to worry about that I really hope this conversation continues, and I really hope, more people take the initiative. I'm just a nobody, you know. I'm not an actress or a musician. I'm just somebody who was sexually abused for 2 years as a child and decided to speak up. People said, why wait so many years, but I had a lot that I had to process and deal with. And but at least I'm speaking out now and encouraging those who are going through it to speak out, talk, talk, talk about this. Thank you, everybody, and it's been amazing.